Bung Bung. Welcome to the Poddy is brought to you by Bung Bung Coffee, the best dark roast you can buy. I've got a friend with narcolepsy, and he started Bung Bung Coffee treatment, and it changed his life. He said he can now do anything without sleeping. He got his license back. He's allowed to drive. He's even allowed to be a professional driver. He can drive trains, planes, automobiles because of Bung Bung Coffee. It's the cure for narcolepsy. And also if you've got, what's the one where you can't sleep?
Insomnia.
If you've got insomnia, it also can put you to sleep. And that seems like reverse, but it is. It's reverse psychology. You have some bung bung, you're like, I'm going to be awake all night. You know? So if you want to put an end to your sleeping ailments, Bung Bung Coffee is the way to go. Or if you just like good coffee, all of these cafes, they're all doing fruity flavors, old school coffees out the window. This is a chocolatey dark roast, delicious. It's like a smooth whiskey. You can taste it without a bitter aftertaste. There's no burning sensation. It's just a smooth, chocolatey dark roast drip. So if that's what you like, if you want to go back to the old school flavors, you're tired of getting hints of fucking peach in your coffee, like what's that? You don't want a tropical coffee, bro. You want your coffee to grow in a tropical location, but you don't want tropical tasting coffee. You don't want a mango coffee, bro. It's disgusting. You want a chocolatey dark roast, bro. So get that Bung Bung Coffee at bungbungcoffee.com. Enter promo code Poddy, Poddy, for 15% off all orders as a welcome to the Poddy listener. That's right, 15% off all orders with the promo code Poddy. bungbungcoffee.com. And just to support the show, if you can go to welcometothe-poddy.com/store and buy yourself some Buttersoft merch. Buttersoft merch, you got t-shirts, jackets, crew necks, polos for golf. We got golf branded welcome to the Poddy shit. We got even this lightweight rain jacket for golf, because that's my shit now. So get to welcometothe-poddy.com/store for all of that kind of stuff, and that's how you can support the show. And if you're that much of a tight ass, I know fuel prices are up, and people are tightening up their pockets a bit. Maybe you could just share the show for free. I give you free content on a weekly basis, so go and share it. You also get a chance to win some of that merch that you don't want to buy. You could win it by hitting that share button and then sending a screenshot of your share to the Welcome to the Poddy on Instagram DMs. All right, do that. Let's start the show.
1990.
Choose your destiny.
Welcome to the Poddy. Bung Bung. It's your man Claytron, aka the Big Boss Man, aka the Clumsy Jeweler, because I'm always dropping gems, aka the Milkman, because I always deliver, aka the PhD of podcasting and the Magnum PI of podcasting, the Rosa Parks of podcasting, because I go to the back of the bus for no one. You understand? We'll get into that in a second. We're here with Board Man. He's back.
Good to be back.
And it's payday. So don't let me forget before you leave. How's your week?
Yeah, it's been good, man.
Yeah?
Good, yeah. Same old week.
Pretty standard.
Can't complain about
Anything to report?
Nah, just trying to keep an eye on free agency stuff. We'll get into that.
We'll get into that. I have several occupations. I've got my 9 to 5, which I try not to divulge too much about. Got the coffee business, the podcast, comedy, young blood beer. It's all happening. My 9 to 5 job, I saw a client on Monday who called me a black cunt. Yeah.
What?
He's out of his mind, absolute smack addict. Good for him. but you should actually probably be addicted to bung bung coffee. It's much healthier for you and less, behavioral outbursts. But the good news is that, and the motherfucker's in a wheelchair too.
Okay.
And I didn't kick him out of it. So growth. That's growth on my part.
It's a lot of restraint.
I was pretty mad. I didn't even respond verbally or anything. I kept it together. Which you have to do in a professional environment. I wonder if somebody said that to me while I'm just doing my grocery shopping, whether I would have smacked the taste out of their mouth, But I felt like 10 years ago I wouldn't have even been able to make that decision for myself. I would have just kicked that motherfucker out of his wheelchair. So, I've got this book. I've got a lot of books. I like to buy books. I never read them. And this is a book that I've never read. It's called The Way of the Peaceful Warrior. And I'm guessing it's something to do about that. Yeah. So I don't need to read it now because I kept my hands off of him on Monday. But I couldn't believe it. I think that's the first time at my job that anything like that has happened.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to deal with shit like that at work.
Yeah, that was nuts.
You shouldn't have to deal with it anywhere.
Yeah,
society,
anywhere really.
Let alone at work. But especially if you're not like a prison guard or some shit like that.
Yeah, and I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how my week started. Which was pretty intense way to start a week, and then it was end of financial year this year, so work in every capacity. Trying to figure out tax time is a nightmare. So busy week, but it's all done. What else happened? Saw a specialist for Kenny, respiratory specialist. So I think more tests are coming. You just keep seeing people that tell you we'll do something later. Yeah,
okay.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, man, but
that'd be pretty frustrating.
Yeah.
But you just want answers, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I don't even care if they don't tell us anything. I just want them to tell us we can take him off the oxygen so we can, go places without it being a fucking massive expedition, Yeah. But I don't really think, much happened this week. It was all just work and then trying to relax. I've got an MCing gig on Monday night. So tonight for the listeners, day of release. I've MC'd once in my whole comedy career, and it was to a crowd of 2. So I don't know if it counts, or maybe it counts extra. Maybe the fact that I did that for a whole night and they stayed there, they didn't walk. Maybe I'm fucking that good at it. Positivity.
Soon find out.
We'll see.
So what's this event that you're MCing?
Just open mic at Rhino Room.
Okay.
Yep. So if anyone wants to come along and support me and support new comedians that some of these people probably haven't ever got on stage before, that's probably not the greatest way to market it because it's probably going to be some pretty bad comedy.
But sometimes that's the funniest.
That is, yeah.
When cunts just suck, sometimes that's hilarious.
Yeah, but open mics are always good. You've got established comedians trying out new jokes, or you've got local comedians that aren't going anywhere that have been around for a long time, just getting stage time and killing it, just killing it locally. Real local legend shit. Some people like that. Some people are like, I want to get so good at comedy here. Not me. I'm producing a tour. We've got two venues locked in. I need more. I didn't make any phone calls yesterday, but that's all right. We'll get there. We've got 2 venues locked in though, so that's pretty sick. Happy with that. And just need to build on that.
Is this the regional
tour? Yeah, regional tour. I'm registered for Fringe World Perth next January.
Dope.
Yep. So I'll be doing Ain't It Funny over there. The show will be different, but it's still gonna be Ain't It Funny, I think. Yeah. So it'll be probably 30 minutes of it'll probably be the same. And then I reckon 20. I've been writing some pretty good shit lately. I wrote a real banger about grand designs.
Okay. Keen to hear this.
I don't believe I've ever heard a comedian do a joke about grand designs. So I'm hoping it's pretty original. Because sometimes, I mean, you can make original jokes about shit that's been done 1,000 times. Like half my shit's about racism. Like that's never been done, you know? But it's all just like shit that is different. It's a different vantage point because it's all true. Oh, no, it's not. I didn't actually walk through a cancer ward and think that they were all skinhead racists. That's a joke.
Yeah.
But I got beat up by a cop. Not every comedian has had that experience. So you get unique points of view from every comedian. So you can still do jokes on shit that's been done. But I just don't think grand designs has ever been done.
No, I definitely never heard a grand design joke.
Yeah, so hopefully that's a banger. We'll see. Sometimes you feel like jokes that you write are bangers, and then you go do them on stage, and you have to see a therapist the next day because you will kill yourself if you don't. So we'll see what happens on Monday if I even do that joke. I might just give them the gold if I'm emceeing, you know. You can't really, as an MC, when you've got to reset the room between every comedian, you can't really go up there and bomb and then say, and your next act, you know, you have to have them hot. So
yeah,
I'll just play the hits probably. Play the hits, he says, like he's a fucking... I've been doing it. I think I'm coming up on...
2 years?
No, bro.
Longer?
Could be 3.
Yeah.
Could be 4.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was pre-COVID, so yeah.
Yeah. I think I was doing it for 6 months before COVID. So...
It's what, like mid-2019 or early 2019?
Yeah.
I reckon that sounds about right.
I reckon I've got it in my calendar here. And it should be this month or maybe comedy anniversary is the 29th of July. But it doesn't say what year. But if it's 2019, that means 20, 21. So I'm coming up on 3 years this month. Yeah. That's very young in the comedy game, but 3 years in, I've got a solo show, producing a tour. I've only done one interstate gig, I believe, but that's all right.
Still, yeah, no, that's all pretty good within 3 years.
Yeah. And I'm hoping to get to Brisbane and do like a week of shows before the end of the year. But now I feel a bit weird with the new role at work, sort of asking for leave straight away.
Yeah, okay. So what would you do if you were to go to Brizzy? Just like take one annual day and make a long weekend out of it? Or are you planning on being
No,
like
because you have to get the gigs on the weeknights.
Yeah, okay.
But it's all nights, like comedy's all night. So I could probably just... Because I only work 4 days, like I could probably get away with 4 work from home days, which are in Brisbane. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, that might have to just strategize around that. But like 2 weeks ago, my manager worked from home for the whole week because she had a cold and didn't want to bring it to the office. You know, so I could either lie. And I know someone from work listens to this, but I could either lie and say I'm sick, but I can work, or I can just take annual, or I can just see if I can work over there. Because if I take annual, I don't know who. Doesn't matter. That's the most boringest thing that's ever happened on a podcast. That's you're witnessing history here, folks. Nothing more boring has ever happened on audio waves ever. How about we go to sports and like really reset this shit?
Yep, let's do it.
And sports really should be NBA update because we don't do any other sports.
I don't even know any other sports.
I literally know, I watch every AFL game almost, and I know about probably 10 AFL players. And I'll name one for you right now, Patrick Cripps. There you go.
Yeah, nice. Good player.
Yeah. Dude, so much. Can we get a Google search of the free agency action? There's so much free agency action going on in the NBA right now. All right. Jalen Smith. Who's that?
Don't know.
Okay. Dante DiVincenzo. So I was talking about him the other week and you didn't know who he was.
Dante DiVincenzo.
Right? Or you do know who he is?
Yeah, I know who that is.
Who? I was talking about someone else then. Or maybe it was DiVincenzo. No, it was a Bulls player. And now I'm forgetting his name, but it's something like that.
I probably still don't know who he is.
Yeah, that's it. But okay, Dante DiVincenzo agrees to a deal with the Golden State Warriors. I saw something about Sacramento waived him or wasn't gonna give him what he wanted or something.
Yeah, I think they've made a few other signings, so
yeah,
they just lost a bit of cap room and let him go.
Utah has traded. This is a big one. Rudy Gobert, because he's a max player, to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now, we were talking about this off mic before. To me, that's a move where I don't think the Timberwolves want to win a championship. I don't know. You know, they've got young Anthony Edwards, who is he's going to be a superstar. Karl Anthony Towns, who, despite being bitch made, is pretty good at basketball. And Rudy Gobert, who is fucking French. They've they've traded so much for the guy, right?
Well, I haven't actually looked into it, so let's see.
Malik Beasley, Patrick Beverley, Walker Kessler, Jared Vanderbilt, Leandro Bomaro. So all of those people are nobodies.
There's a couple
Beasley and Beverley in there. Vanderbilt, I like him. Yeah. It's a lot. That's a lot.
Players.
With like 5 picks as well. Hold on. 23, 25, 27, 29. 4 first-round picks.
That's a huge haul.
This is for Rudy Gobert, who will not score a bucket for you and can block shots and change shots occasionally. Not occasionally. He's like a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. But despite that, that is so much. You've got Kevin Durant, who is probably, I honestly believe this, the only, I think Kobe did it. He didn't end up getting traded, but the only superstar to ever request a trade. Like, have we seen this before?
With this many years left
on
the contract. No, not with this many years.
Yeah. So I just don't know what kind of package is going to get put together for this. I don't know how he goes to a team with another max player, because you're going to take the heart and soul out of the team to get him.
Yeah. Yeah, and even just with a couple of the trades we've seen so far this year, like the bar's just been set kind of with what you need to give up to get these players, and they're way lesser players than KD. So.
Yeah. So, that sort of the Rudy Gobert trade sort of made me consider what the fuck is actually going to happen with Kevin Durant. I think he's going to have to stay. Just because you request a trade doesn't mean you get traded.
Yeah. But, I don't know. You kind of do get traded now. That's just what happens in the league. If you're a star and you want out, they tend to just acquiesce to your whims.
Yeah.
Get you out of there.
Well, fucking Philly held on for a little while with Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
Let's stay on Brooklyn here for a minute. I'm going to start this sentence like this. This fuckwit, Kyrie Irving, went and started shopping around. He wants to go and join LeBron again, it looks like. There's no way in the world that when you're holding on to LeBron, AD, and that ridiculous Westbrook contract, you're not going to get, I think he would have had to take a $5 million deal to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he went and took his 37 million at Brooklyn and then made some quote saying like, people going to look at you funny when you take the road less traveled or whatever. It's like, nigga, you took $37 million. The road less traveled is taking 5 to go and, continue being bitch made elsewhere. Like, I don't know. I just hate the guy. So whatever he does, I'm going to have a problem with. But like, even if he took $5 million to go and win a ring with the Lakers, I would have been like, this fucking idiot. He's ring chasing. He can't do it himself, and he can't. He's got one ring with LeBron James. Now was Kevin Love injured at that time? Was it pretty much just him and LeBron? Delly was their fucking third option. No disrespect.
I feel like the year they won, I reckon Love was playing.
Yeah. It was the year before that where like maybe Kyrie and Love were both injured.
Yeah, they had a pretty bad run with injuries.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's taken his 37 million and then tried to pretend that he's like good, like cool because of it. Like he's doing something different. This guy, he does my head in.
I doubt he'll even play there though, because they can still trade him, can't they?
Yeah. So, and then in that situation, what is the problem with Brooklyn? Is it Steve Nash? Is it the front office? Why even with Kevin Durant leaving, why would Kyrie leave or vice versa when they wanted to play together? Like that was a big fucking, like they would be an absolute gay boys in the off season to like try and get together.
I don't reckon it's a Brooklyn problem. I reckon it just didn't pan out the way these guys wanted it to.
Right.
It wasn't just instant success. Have they made the conference finals?
Wasn't the conference finals against Milwaukee when Kevin Durant stepped on the line?
Yeah, it could have been. Yeah. Oh no, I feel like they played a series after that in the East. Maybe I'm wrong though. Anyway, they haven't made it to the final. It's been there 3 years now.
Yeah.
So,
like, yeah, James Harden dipped early. Like, that was pretty much Kyrie related, right? Is that the general consensus?
Yeah, from what I've read.
Like, I went there to play with these guys, and this fucking idiot's not playing, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's got to be one of the most unsuccessful experiments, if you can call it an experiment, in NBA history.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue on that.
And they have to be one of the most unsuccessful franchises in NBA history. They got all those fucking guys that first year, traded all of their picks that they were going to get because they were an expansion team to get like the 2 of the big 3 from Boston. They got Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett. Nothing happened. Then they built this just dynamic team that was so fun to watch. That young team, D'Angelo Russell, Spencer Dinwiddie, Joe Harris.
Yeah.
Jarrett Allen. They had this amazing core, and they blew that up to again try and just buy a ring, and they've fucked it again.
Yeah, it's pretty bad run for the Nets the past 15 years.
However, they could come out on top, keeping Ben Simmons, who, despite my disdain for this guy, I do wish him the best, and hopefully he comes good. So if he's still there, they build around him. They're going to get a lot of assets with Durant leaving if he leaves, and a lot of assets if Kyrie leaves as well. So they could sort of start again, but if they keep trying, I'm not an NBA what's it called? Not head coach, the GM. I'm not a GM, right? But apart from Miami, really, we've witnessed time and time again that you cannot buy a championship.
Lakers won't count as bought or not? I mean, they traded away their whole future to get AD.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was instant success. Won the chip.
Yeah. So what? The Lakers, Miami in recent history. Does Shaq count for the Lakers?
Nice. They lost a few years.
Yeah.
Then came good.
The Lakers tried it again. They tried to get Malone, Gary Payton, Steve Nash. I know Steve Nash was later, but
made it to the finals though.
Yeah,
still made it to the finals,
but they still didn't fucking get over the line.
Didn't win it.
You cannot buy championships. Golden State, Milwaukee. Who else is a recent winner?
Does the Raptors count as buying one? Sorry, that Kawhi trade.
So I don't know. Does he? Does it?
They didn't give up heaps to get him.
And as one guy, it's not like, these teams keep going for big threes. I think Raptors counts as a solid one. The Spurs, none of those were bought. Dallas Mavericks overcame the Miami Heat.
Yeah.
What's being called one of the greatest playoff runs in history. I can't even remember like any in-between teams. I think Warriors kind of took everything in between all of those. Oh, the Cavs, LeBron went back. Yeah, Kyrie, Kevin Love. That was a bit.
That was bought.
Yeah. But yeah, typically, this is also LeBron James. Like two of those are LeBron James teams. We're talking top 5 player of all time. That's like if Michael Jordan shopped himself around and played for a different team every fucking 2 years, I'm sure it would have worked out occasionally. So yeah, that's typically it's not going to work out. I don't know why teams keep doing it. That's why I thought, Miami looked strong, but at the end of the day, they were pretty much trying to buy one, bring in Kyle Lowry over there, PJ Tucker, even though Milwaukee should not have let him. They should have just paid him.
100%.
If you want to run it back and win a championship, you go into luxury tax. These guys are not poor, the owners. Go into the luxury tax and pay him a couple extra $1 million. Anyway, let's keep going through these. No one cares about Bielitsa. Kevin Looney re-signed with Golden State. Brogdon, now he's signed as the 6th man for Boston Celtics. They're saying he's going to play behind Marcus Smart.
So where's Derek White going? Wasn't he the 6th man?
I guess he
he's
was.
just getting a demotion.
Yeah. That's a good point. I didn't see anything about him. But Nick Stauskas is out. Malik Fitz, Juwan Morgan, Daniel Tice, and Aaron Naismith. Like, these are guys that don't get much action at all. Atlanta Hawks. Now, they've made some moves. Kevin Huerter to the Sacramento Kings.
Did you see his tweet?
No.
What did he say? I can't remember what he said. I just remember the first thing I saw this morning. It was a good laugh.
I'll have a quick squeeze. For Justin Holiday and Maurice Harkless. Now, who else did they picked up someone else, didn't they?
Sacramento?
No, the Hawks.
Yeah, they did. They got DeJounte Murray from the Spurs.
That's right. Yeah. Wow. The Hawks, I mean, I overrated them this year, so I actually don't know how much better they get with that acquisition. Maybe they're a play-in team.
I reckon they're just a playoff team again. I reckon they're back in
the 8.
I think they just had a slump.
Or the 6.
I think they just needed a wake-up call. Like,
okay,
you did well last year, and they just thought it was going to be a cakewalk getting back to that point.
Yeah.
Way too complacent, so I'm tipping them to bounce back.
Robin Lopez to the Cavs. No one cares about him. Everyone cares about Brooke. Eubanks. John Wall. Okay, John Wall to the Clippers. Now, we haven't seen John Wall play for a long time. You see these clips about pick up runs and stuff like this, and he's moving a bit slow, and they only post highlights of those runs. Yeah, he's not going to be going full tilt at those runs. He doesn't want to hurt himself in a pickup game. He's never going to be the John Wall that he used to be, but he's still John Wall, right?
He is.
But I mean, I think the same thing about Ben Simmons and about Russell Westbrook. Like that stuff's still in there. So I think adding John Wall as a weapon to Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, if he ever fucking plays again, Reggie Jackson, is it Maxey on the Clippers, or is he on Philadelphia? I get him and Mann switched up all the time.
He's on Philly. It's Terrence Mann
in Clippers.
At the Clippers.
Yeah, Mann. I said off mic before. I with this acquisition and Kawhi playing next year, I've got them as my early pick for the chip.
Don't mind it.
Yeah.
Don't mind it, but hopefully we get to see Kawhi back out on the court.
Yeah. My Bulls finally re-signed Zach LaVine. I'm not sure what was going on there, what they were waiting for, or what he was waiting for. But we got him. I'm happy. Nurkic is back with the Blazers. Did I see something else with the Blazers?
They traded for Jeremy Grant.
Oh, yeah, Jeremy Grant. Don't mind it.
Yeah, and there's someone else. They've re-signed Anthony Simons.
Good.
And I reckon there's someone else that's gone there.
He had a great year.
Yeah, really stepped up once the other two were out.
Spurs are releasing Gallinari, who wants to join the Celtics. I did see that this morning. No one cares about Theo Pinson. Mitch Robinson, he's back in New York, which is good. You'd be crazy to let go of him, I think, New York. But that's a New York thing to do. That is a New York thing to do. Bruce Brown with the Nuggets. The Nuggets let go of a couple of good pieces there.
Trade with Washington.
Yeah. So it's good to get a player like Bruce Brown over there as well. And I think they got him on $13 million. I think he's worth more than that. So a bit of a deal there. Ricky Rubio re-signed with the Cavs. Gary Payton II going to the Trailblazers. That was the one. Yeah. That sucks for Golden State.
Yeah, it was a handy piece.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see. They always make these great pickups, like G League pickups and stuff.
But even the young guys they got coming through.
They've got Wiseman coming back, Kuminga. Who was the other one who didn't play much?
Moses Moody,
and there's another one that kind of he reminds me of Doc Rivers' son.
Not Toscano Anderson.
No, he's gone. He's gone to the Lakers.
Looks like Doc Rivers' son.
Yeah, he's a light-skinned dude, and he's got game. He barely played in the playoffs, but I like him.
Can't think who it is.
Devin Booker, $224 million Supermax over 6. Ja Morant, $226 million over 4. Jokic. Now this is the biggest one of all time here. $264 million Supermax over 5 as a 27-year-old. Dude, I think
back-to-back MVPs. I think it's warranted.
Yeah, I did the math on the Zach LaVine contract, which I think was like 215, or maybe it was 240 maybe or something. But I did the math. It would take me, I think it was 2,600 years to earn that type of money. That is crazy, bro. And these are not the richest people in the world.
Yeah.
They're not even the richest athletes, I guess. Like they talk about soccer and baseball, right? I think NBA is actually getting up there these days.
Yeah, I think it's up there.
Yeah.
'Cause a lot of these numbers you hear in soccer, that's how much teams are paying other teams to get these players. It's not necessarily how much the player's getting.
Oh, okay.
Although there are some soccer players making stupid money.
Yeah. I remember growing up, they used to talk about like you want to get good at golf. That's the game. And I guess Tiger's a billionaire, but like that's atypical, But if you're like the fucking shittest golfer and you're out first round, you're picking up $1 million for that tournament. What's a tournament, like a fucking week?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Take
yeah,
that.
I mean, you're still, if you break down, they would have to play a tournament a week to make this type of NBA money.
Yeah, which they're definitely not doing.
No, your back would explode. Minnesota, 4-year, $224 million extension for Karl Anthony Towns. Andre Drummond to my Bulls. Now, I'm not sure about that. We need more defense from our bigs. We got Vucevic in there who only plays offense, and Andre Drummond's, not much better. He's probably a better rim protector than Vooch, but who's fucking playing at the rim these days? It's all 3-pointers anyway.
That's it.
Jalen Brunson, $100 million with the Knicks. Over 4, I think, was it? Yep. DeLon Wright, 2-year, $16 million with Washington. Kyle Anderson to the Timberwolves. I didn't see that. $18 million over 2. Gary Harris.
Staying put.
Gary Harris staying in Orlando. Yuck. Although they've got my man Paolo.
Yeah.
The number 1 pick.
Number 1 pick. Yeah, I haven't been on the pod since the draft. Haven't have a.
No, we didn't even talk. Well, yeah, and I didn't talk about it myself. But what was the top 3? It was him, Chet Holmgren, and
Jabari
Smith from Auburn. I like him. I honestly would have taken him second. Chet Holmgren has got game. I don't see him having any longevity. I think he's going to get injured. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's got wiry strength, but he's just a skinny guy. They might roid him up like they do everyone else. Look at Giannis. He was skinny as fuck. LeBron was probably on roids already in high school. But dude, honestly, did you ever see someone in high school look like that guy?
Like Chet?
LeBron.
Oh, nah.
Dude, we had a guy like Chet in high school. He's in your year.
Yeah, I was just thinking. Oh, shit.
Yeah, no, Chet. If you're going to be a star in the league, one, stretch 4s don't get it done, or like stretch bigs don't get it done anymore, unless you're like KD, who's a prodigy. So he's got an entire bag. Like, he is a scorer. He's a guaranteed bucket. In college, he was getting you 30 a night, no matter what. Chet wasn't that. If you're going to be an athletic slashing big, you've got to be like Giannis. You can't just be a frail-bodied fucking guy.
Giannis, I mean, he was never frail, but he had a real thin frame.
Yeah. But he's always moved quick. Like, Holmgren looks like he's in slow-mo. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see him being like, I don't see him being a superstar.
Okay, but you reckon the other two have that potential?
For sure, yeah. Banchero will be 100%, and I think Smith can be. I wouldn't guarantee it, but I would put the house on Banchero being the fucking guy.
Shit, I've got a completely opposite view on that.
Really?
Yeah, I just see Banchero. I'm not going to say bust, but I just don't see him being like number 1 pick worthy.
Oh shit! I
only watched like 2 games, but it wasn't bad. I just can't see him dominating at that next level.
Oh my god! I thought the game in college looked too slow for him. I felt like it was like watching Melo in the NBL. Like, He didn't need to try that hard. His vision, he's seeing the game happen before it happens. He's got like Jokic vision, but he's an athlete.
Okay, well, I'm going to be maybe eating my words in a few months.
I think
see how it pans out.
Yeah, I'm excited to see him play in the league, in summer league.
Should say a few years, can't say a few months.
Yeah. But even summer league, like I think it'll be good. I think it'll be really good to see him. It does suck being a young talent and having to go and play for fucking Orlando, because they've got nothing. Like at least Zion has like Brandon Ingram, CJ McCollum, Steven Adams. He's got a little squad over there, and so does Ja. You got Gary Harris, bro. I like Gary Harris, but he's...
Yeah, who you got? Gary Harris, Jalen Suggs, Cole Anthony, Franz.
Oof. I hate that.
What's his brother's name? Moritz?
Oh, gross. That's not a roster I want to like. That's not a bunch of names I want to hear in a row on my roster, dude.
It's not pretty.
Like, they're all like, they're fine, you know?
Mm.
Suggs hasn't taken well to the NBA game, I don't think. But who the fuck am I? The boss man. And I knew everyone was saying Chet was going number one, and I fucking knew I was going to be sick if they didn't take Banchero. I think he's the fucking god, bro. I think it's going to like...
Fuck, this is high praise.
Yeah.
He's the god. All right.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck, okay.
Dude, born to play basketball. Born to play it.
So rookie, I know we'll do some stuff closer to the season.
Closer to the season.
But it sounds like he's your rookie of the year.
Yeah, if he like doesn't do something in the off season, if he's healthy, that'll be my pick, like without a doubt. I just think he was born to play, and then like you got Chet Holmgren who plays circumstantially because he's a 7-foot guy. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm a fanboy. I'm a fanboy of Bancheros. JaVale McGee, he's gone to Dallas. Now, this was your sort of your early pick so far was the Mavericks. They've picked up Christian Wood and JaVale McGee. They've lost Brunson.
But it could just be addition by subtraction, I reckon.
Yeah, and Hardaway didn't play all playoffs.
Yeah.
And he's, again, like, if Luke is cold, he's a bucket getter. Like, so he eases the pressure. So that's not a bad pick as well, the Mavs. And adding bigs is, I think, a good option because Luke is so ball dominant. Adding shooters and stuff like that. I mean, he still picks up like, I don't know, probably 8.5 assists a game or something. Like maybe not that high.
And he didn't really have a lob threat in those playoffs.
Yeah. I just don't think adding like more guards around him is going to be helpful. So I think acquiring those two bigs is a pretty smart move for them. So I think that's a pretty good pick. And JaVale McGee's got finals experience. He's got like 2 rings. Who was the other one? Oh, Wood. Wood's got a bit of a chip on his shoulder. I think that's good.
Wood chip.
Yeah. Troy Brown Jr., Lakers, James Harden, apparently will be opting out to take less money and free up cap space.
So, yeah, taking less money, but more years.
Okay. That's
at this point in his career is probably the smart thing to do.
Yeah, I think so. Because he's probably on the not on the verge, but like he's definitely on the decline. And if you get to a point where you've got 4 years on your contract and people don't want to pick you up, you're forced into retirement. Especially a guy like him, after those 4 years, would be like, yeah, I want 40 million. So no one would pick him up.
Yeah.
So, I think taking the longevity is just a smart move if you want to stay in the league.
Yeah, it's smart for him and it's good for the team.
Yeah,
So,
because they can pick someone else up.
yeah.
I don't know who they're looking at. I think
we skipped over it, but I reckon they signed PJ Tucker.
Oh, did they?
I reckon. Yeah, here we go.
Oh, 3-year deal, 33 mil. Wow. I did see. I said that I didn't say that. I saw that Embiid had spoken to the front office and said, "Do whatever you have to do to get Kevin Durant."
Interesting.
Not
surprising though.
Yeah.
Like, you hear a player like that's available, you're gonna make a call.
Yeah. With him and Harden, I don't see how that even works. Like in terms of cap space.
Just send Harden back to Brooklyn.
Yeah, so you'd have to get rid of him. Morey wouldn't do that.
After last year's playoff run, though.
That's his.
I know, yeah, he wouldn't do it, but yeah.
I think he would try and make a big three work instead and have Embiid instead of Kyrie, right? And so just like Brooklyn did, have absolutely no depth and trade everything away to make that happen is the only way that it happens.
Yeah, I wonder what it would take from them. Probably like Harris, like Tobias Harris, Maxey.
Maxey would have to go.
Do they have any first rounders?
Yeah, any first round picks. And is there any other quality on the bench? They've got rid of Curry already.
Have they traded Danny Green yet? I know he's injured, but that'd be like an expiring contract. I'm sure.
I think I did see something about him. Maybe.
Yeah, it might have happened already elsewhere.
Patty Mills signed for more than Bruce Brown at Brooklyn, which, I love Patty, but that seems nuts to me. I think you get more out of Bruce Brown.
Yeah, he was handy. Pretty versatile player, but Patty's Patty.
Yeah.
Solid.
Malik Monk, Sacramento. Sacramento's picked up some pieces actually here. I just don't think you can be good in Sacramento. I think it's like a career killer almost. It's like they've got the basketball from Space Jam like in their locker room or something, and then once you get out of there, you can play good again. That's what it seems like. It seems like they're trying to pick up some guys to surround Fox, but I feel like I'm surprised Fox isn't out of there.
Actually, don't mind their team on paper. I saw something today and it looked interesting, but yeah, wait till game one, see how it pans out.
Yeah. Batum is going back to the Clippers as well. Oh yeah, there's another weapon on the Clippers. I mean, he's again another player on the downfall, but he's a handy player. Dort's back to OKC. They also have two guys with the same name spelt differently in Jalen Smiths, I think they are, both of them. Williams. Two Jalen Williamses. Yeah. What else have we got? Let's keep going. Joe Ingles to the Bucks.
I like that.
We could get a ring for Joe Ingles. Bobby Portis has re-signed 4 years, 49. That's pretty good. Anthony Simons, you already said that one. Bradley Beal, he's signed again with Washington. He's just about that bread.
Just so happy with the 10th seed.
Yeah. He doesn't want to win. He just wants to never work again. He just wants
to average 30 points and not go to the playoffs.
Yeah. Jaren Jackson Jr.
Expected to miss 6 months.
With a foot surgery. Stress fracture. We've gone over JaVale McGee, Kevin Durant we've talked about, Jalen Brunson we've talked about. None of these are, this is all just, okay. What we do need to talk about is, I've just forgotten his name again from Charlotte.
Miles Bridges, bro.
This man brought out two of the worst rap songs of the year 2022. He could have signed a Supermax, But he's posting pictures of him sipping lean and smoking weed on his Instagram stories. And then he goes and beats his wife up. You might have to use Chrome if it's being like this. So he's gonna. Is domestic violence a felony or surely? Miles Bridges smacked the shit out of his wife, choked her, split her lip, tore her earlobe. I think there was more injuries as well. Bruises along her arm and face, back and legs. Good God. Yeah, this dude is doing everything he can to get out of the league, to make it out of the league, as they say in the hood. You know, you got to make it out of the hood. You got to be an athlete or a rapper. He's trying to make it out of the league to be a rapper. He has a chance of a fucking max deal, you know, 200 million, but he wants to be a rapper, and no one's going to go to his concerts too. So he's not going to be a $10 million a year rapper. He's going to be a $3 or $4 million a year rapper, maybe, if he's not in prison.
I still think that's generous.
Yeah. This guy hates money, hates women, it looks like, as well. He, it's pretty cool at the moment as an NBA player to fake being a tough guy like Ja Morant and the entire Grizzlies team and this guy Bridges. And there's nothing more pussy than putting your hands on a woman as well.
Man, you corny.
It's foul shit. And it's quite honestly, it's something that just happens in the rap game. There's not that many rappers that's truly about that life. Maybe Lil Wayne, Game, Snoop. What's the guy? His ad lib is bitch. Too short. I think he's about that life. There's a lot of fake tough guys. I mean, in the league, there's a lot of fake tough guys. In sports in general, there's a lot of fake tough guys. And in rap, there's a lot of fake tough guys. Tupac, bro. Thug life tatted on his chest. He used to go to like an art school and he talked like he was in San Francisco. Have you seen those videos? Yeah. He talked like an art student. He talked like exactly what you would expect a student of the arts to talk like. And then he comes out, thug life tatted on my chest. This is why I fuck Joe bitch, you fat motherfucker. West Side bad boy killers. What?
Yeah, I mean, that's still one of the hardest intros to a song.
Oh yeah, it's one of my favorite songs, and it's the most aggressive and disrespectful shit, and I love it. But you cannot take away the fact that he was the zestiest dude ever in college or high school or whatever it was. They're all. Why do you think actors all end up in movies? I mean, rappers all end up in movies because they're good at acting, because they're always acting tough, bro. They're not real tough. And that's just the way it is. And Miles Bridges, man, these pictures are pretty, pretty
fucking horrible,
confronting, man. She looks all fucked up. And she posted on Instagram like a statement, because apparently his team is sort of like trying to discredit what happened, and she's like, my children have witnessed this, and that sucks. That's why he's doing what he's doing, because he would have. Daily Six reporter Derek Bodner wrote, "Don't fuck up this decision, NBA owners, don't you fucking dare." Horrific. Yeah, you can't sign this guy now. He's got to go. If he wants to play sports, he's got to go to the NFL, because they will let that shit slide down there.
He'll get his max.
Yeah. Don't you dare take a knee or get an abortion, but you can smack the shit out of a female if you play in the NFL. Yeah, he's done. He's done. He's finally made it out of the league. And he can go write raps on his jail cell like 50 Cent did. Fucking idiot. Yeah, did we? Oh, I think we got some closure review. Or is there anything else do you reckon we've missed anything? I think that was pretty comprehensive free agency update.
I'm sure we've missed something. Something would have happened during the pod, but
yeah.
That's all right.
Let's find, was it this morning that Kevin Herter tweeted?
Yeah. It wasn't like hilarious, but I definitely laughed at it.
Kevin, that's just auto-corrected to kebabs. Kevin Herter. Okay, I need his actual Twitter. Here we go. My official welcome to the NBA moment. I don't get it.
Getting traded to the Sacramento Kings.
Oh, right.
Like after you think you're like a pretty vital piece of.
Oh, yeah.
This
Yeah.
team.
You're just it's just a business.
You're just an asset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Business is business. Don't take it personal. All right. Yeah, I've got some Clay's reviews. Let's hit it. Comedy, action, horror. Will this movie win an Oscar? Set design, directing, acting, lighting, or costumes. This segment is Clay's reviews. Netflix, The Man from Toronto, or Toronto. They say Toronto up there. They don't like you to pronounce that second T. It's Kevin Hart, Woody Harrelson. It's a buddy comedy with, what is it? It's an action comedy. Woody Harrelson's a hitman, and his identity gets confused with Kevin Hart. So everyone thinks Kevin Hart's a hitman, and it's, they get into all types of wacky situations.
I can just imagine.
Yeah. And they've got these action scenes that are poorly choreographed, no offense. Well, yes, offense. You can't have, and I said this last week I actually don't think I've released this review yet, but Spiderhead I reviewed last week. You can't just keep like pumping out content and expect it all to be good.
I hated that movie.
Yeah. And this is kind of on the same track. Like, they're just like, fuck, we need a buddy comedy. Who's available? Let's do it. And does anyone have a computer? You? Okay, cool. You do the CGI. Have you ever done that before? No? Okay, do it anyway. The CGI is trash. And it's like we're used to watching like Marvel and Interstellar and all of this like amazing, this visually incredible stuff, and then for some reason they're still making movies where it looks like a Nintendo 64 game. Like in Spiderhead when the plane crashes, it looks like they've literally just downloaded a little explosion and like pasted it on the like it looks fucking terrible. And there's a plane crash in this movie that looks the same, and then like a cow runs away because it lands in a paddock, and a cow runs away from the crash site, and the cow's not even real. You couldn't find a cow to make run. It looks cheap. It feels cheap. It's not even funny. Like, and I've sort of been off of the Kevin Hart comedy stuff for a while. I know he's an absolute trailblazer in like the rock star comedy thing, like, but I think he's lost a lot of funny in the pursuit of trying to put out 10 movies a year and yearly comedy specials. It sucked, man. It sucked. It wasn't, again, visually appealing. It wasn't well written. The story had plot holes in it, left, right, and center. Even like when you're trying to make an action movie, at least the choreography of the fight scenes should be dope. There was one scene in a gym where they were using like dumbbells and shit to fight each other, and that was kind of probably seen it before in like a prison movie, but that was a kind of cool scene. And the music was the Joker and the Thief. No. The Joker and the Thief in the night. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Isn't that an Australian band?
Probably. I know the song you're talking about, but I couldn't tell you the artist.
But yeah, so that was the only scene that I really enjoyed in the whole film. Joker and the Thief. Wolf Mother. Is that Australian? Yeah, let's check that. It's all unsourced here at the Welcome to the Poddy podcast, but we're just going to source that. Yeah, from Sydney.
Yep.
Yeah, so I was, I'm getting caught up in I'm like, oh, wow, the only good scene in the film is got an Australian soundtrack, so I started getting all patriotic over it. But honestly, probably a 5 out of 10.
That's higher than I thought you were going to give it after that review.
Honestly, like, it's got enough entertainment value in it that like you can still probably, if you don't feel like thinking, you can get away with watching it. But it's not like, it's not a good movie. Yeah.
Okay.
And one more, and I watched these back to back, and this one's called Paper Planes, and this is an Australian film. Sam Worthington's in it, Wertho. And again, this one's from a little bit further back, like 2014 or something. So so it was a 3D film. Okay, so I didn't watch it in 3D. So to me, the graphics looked terrible, but I didn't watch it in 3D. I did not realize it was shot in 3D, so that might change things. Again, these are all films I've been watching lately that they're not cinematically impressive.
Okay.
There was no shots. There was a couple of beautiful shots because they were in like rural New South Wales. So there was a couple of like landscape shots and shots of like this wedge-tailed eagle, which looked pretty nice. But like, nothing that you can't fucking do on an iPhone, honestly. So it didn't blow my mind. The story was nice. I thought it was well written. That Aboriginal chick that's in every Australian movie was in this as well, of course. Mailman sounds like it probably. Yep, that's her, Deborah Mailman, or probably Mailman. Mailman's. They only really say man in a name if it's a superhero. Otherwise, it'd be Spider-Man and Batman.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, Superman. So she's probably called Mailman, honestly, but I don't really have anything else to say about it. I mean, it's a nice movie. There a little bit of choke up at the end there. No home loans. 6 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah. And that little fatty, that guy from Deadpool, maybe Deadpool 2, the Maori kid?
Yeah.
He's in this.
Is he the same dude that's on those? Is it
Gillette?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. He hasn't done anything to me, but I hate him. I can't fucking stand that guy. What did I say? Did I give it a score? 6. Yeah, 6. Let's stay with 6. And that's it. That's Clay's reviews. And I think we're pretty much done, but I do want to go over some stuff and I want to go over it on the show. I was going to go over it off air, but I'm going to go over it with you on the show. I want to start a Patreon.
Okay.
Doesn't have to be like soon, but I want to start planning it, right? And I've got a few ideas for the tiers. So we've got the Podler tier. I don't know which is going to be the cheapest and stuff yet either, but Podler tier, Bung Bung tier, and Easy Money tier are the 3 different levels of payment and content that you get, right? On the Podler tier, you get access to a fortnightly 10-minute reverse cast where we turn the cameras around and you're hosting for 10 minutes.
That's wild. Shit, I'm going to speak to my agent about that.
But that's what the people want to see.
People do not want to see
That's what they want to see, dude. So that's a 10-minute extra episode per fortnight.
Okay.
For minimum, like $1 or $2 a month, right?
Yeah.
Then there's the Bung Bung tier where you get a piece of merch, plus the 10-minute reverse cast.
And is that So the piece of merch, that's like a one-off sign up.
Yeah, well, no. So I guess they would have to sign up for, let's say, 12 months for it to be worth us sending merch out.
Mm-hmm.
And then the easy money tier would get you a piece of merch, which would be a higher grade of merch, like possibly a jacket, sort of, or yeah. So the bung tier, you probably get a t-shirt, and then easy money tier, you probably get like a jacket or a easy money crew neck. Probably an easy money crew neck is the easy money tier.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So you get merch, 10-minute reverse cast, plus a monthly episode where it's 30-minute episode where we take a hit and we talk for 30 minutes. 30 minutes, and we would call that the smoking word or so well smoking. What do you think about that?
Yeah, sounds good. We'll talk about like finer details.
Yeah,
going forward.
Those are just my ideas at the moment, but yeah, because you got to increasingly add value to all the things. So those are the only sort of things that I could think about that I haven't done. I've never smoked on the show.
That could be a really fucking quiet episode.
Yeah. Or we could do like, but this like my other idea was and I don't know whether I've got the tech or the if my internet's high enough speed, we could watch a movie with the subscribers. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
Or watch and commentate like a sports game or something like that. But that's a higher time investment, and I don't know whether my tech would allow it.
Okay, I'll look into it.
Yeah, but yeah, what do you think of those?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, all right. Well, could be setting up Patreon probably. Yeah, not like very soon, but we're in talks. You heard it. It's sourced. So you know what to do. Welcome to the Poddy on everything. Share the show. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It's easy. You can win merch by doing it. Anyone can win merch by doing it. Just send in a screenshot of you sharing it. Or if you're at the family dinner table and you're talking about it to everyone, just have your phone here and sort of like video yourself telling everyone around the table about the Welcome to the Poddy podcast and how funny it is and how good it is. Send it to us. Maybe we'll play it. Maybe we'll play it on the show. But yeah, do that. Share the show. Win some merch. Love each other. Love yourselves. And as always, bung bung.
Take your breath away with your own pillow. I'm moving in silence through the night. There's no stopping me, not the Black Widow. I'm kicking it swiftly, Liu Kang flow. Cybernetic enhancements, I'm Kano. I'm proficient at war like Jax, but I got nothing to prove like John Cage though. I got an arsenal full of techniques. Enter the dragon like Bruce Lee. I'm dangerous, so dangerous. You don't want me at the fists of fury. I'm not afraid.